modal verbs, or what we generally refer to as modals. Modal verbs are also auxiliary verbs. They are helping verbs. And verbs are, as we all know, doing words, action words, or state of being. So these modals are always used along with the main verb in a sentence to express permission, to express possibility, to express ability, request, command, and so on. And as you can see, some of the commonly used modals are can, could, will, would, shall, should. And modals actually comes from the word moods. It shows the moods. Whether you can do something, you should do something, you must do something, you have to do something. So these are what we call as modals, moods. Now, before we move into the different types of modals and when they are used, you just need to remember certain things about them. First of all, modals are never used by themselves. They are always used along with the main verb, or what we call as base verbs, like go, come, talk, play, sing, dance. So, for example, modal plus main verb can sing, should sing, may talk, may come, and so on. Then, second thing that you have to remember is there is no change even if the subject or the number of the subject changes. For example, whether it is singular or whether it is plural, the modal that is there, that remains the same. For example, he can sing, they can sing, she can sing, so it remains the same. Now, when you use modals in the negative form, you can see it. What is the form that should be used? It is the subject plus the modal plus the negative word not followed by the main verb. For example, he should. Should is the modal over here. We've used the negative not, the main verb. He should not use foul language. And when we use the modal in the interrogative form, the structure is as the modal plus the subject plus the main verb. The modal plus the subject plus the main verb, and of course it's an interrogative sentence, so it will always end with a question mark. Now let us look at the different uses of these modals. Let us now see the first modal, that is can. Now when we use can, it is used to express capacity, ability, giving or taking permission, or a request. As you can see on the screen, I can run on my toes. This is your ability. Okay. Then you can go to play now. So maybe before you were not allowed to go. Now you are being given permission. So you can go to play now. Can you lend me a pen? This is a request. And the elevator can carry 8 people or 120 kg, whichever is less. That is the capacity of the elevator. Now the next modal that is there, could. Could is actually the past tense of can, but we also use it to express request, a condition is there or some possibility, then we use could. As you can see in the examples, I could run on my toes when I was a kid. That means now you cannot, but when you were a kid, you could easily run on your toes. Then, could you switch on the light? That's being used in the form of a request. Now, when we show it as a possibility, then there could be life on other planets also. So, it is possible. If you practice hard, you could win the competition. This is a condition. What is the condition? If you practice hard, you could win the competition. Now, let's look at the uses of some more modals. Will. This modal word is used to express future certainty. That means something definitely you're going to do in the future, or an assumption, that is a present assumption we see in the sentence, a request or a willingness to do something. For example, I will come to visit you tomorrow. I'm sure I will come, so I say I will come to visit you tomorrow. Don't worry, Meera will help you. This is a willingness that Meera has agreed, so don't worry, Meera will help you. The principal will be in his office. This is a present assumption. Assumption means that you are thinking that yes, he will be in his office just now. So someone asked you, where is he? Oh, he will be in his office. Okay. And the last one, will you help me with my project? That is a request. Now, would is used to show some past habits you did previously but now you don't do it. Preference, your choice, request, or an imaginary situation. For example, when we were in Mumbai, we would. Now you can see I put a slash over there and also used to. The word used to. So when we were in Mumbai, we would go to the beach every weekend. That's a habit. Or when we were in Mumbai, we used to go to the beach every weekend. Then preference, choice. I'm asking you, would you like to have tea or coffee? Imaginary situation. This thing has not taken place, but you're saying that if I were in his place, I would have apologized. Imagining it, okay? And I thought I would miss the bus. Something happened in the past tense. That means you did not miss the bus, but say I thought I would miss the bus. The next modal shall. Shall we use generally only with I and we. So it is used to express future actions, advise, or offer. As you can see in these examples that are there on your slide, we shall go to the aquarium tomorrow. So this is showing a future action. Shall I book your tickets also? You're offering someone your help. That should I book your tickets also? Or advice. Shall we use red color or orange? Then should is used again to express advice, suggestion, offer, duty, or a possibility. You should not play in the rain. This is giving an advice. Okay, you're not forcing someone, you're not giving a command, you're just giving an advice. Then you should obey your parents. Duty. Duty is something which is moral. You're supposed to obey your parents. There is no law as such, but it's a moral duty. I should be home by 5 p.m. if there is no traffic. Possibility that if there is no traffic, then by 5 p.m. I should be home. Should I drop you home? That again is an offer. You're helping someone. I'll drop you home. The modal may is used to express permission, possibility, or a wish. Now, for example, you may leave the meetings. You're giving someone the permission. Or the train may be delayed because of the fog. So it is possible. Okay. May God bless you with good health. That is, you're blessing someone. Might is used to express again a possibility. May is also used for possibility, and we'll see the difference between the two. Or a suggestion. I might visit my grandparents tomorrow. It's not sure. There is a possibility. The school might close down for senior classes also. Again, that's a possibility. And you might want to freshen up before dinner. You're just giving a suggestion to someone. Now, we saw that may and might both are used for possibility. So what is the difference? The difference is that when the chances of something happening are more, they are on the higher side, then we use the word may. And when the chances of something are on the lower side, less chances of happening, then we might use the word might. For example, the same sentence that is there. I may visit my grandparents tomorrow. That means program is made, everything is made, and you're sure of going, so possibility is high. So you say, I may visit my grandparents tomorrow. Or your father said, I have a meeting tomorrow, I might get delayed. So if it gets delayed, the possibility is less. So you can say, we might visit our grandparents tomorrow. So may and might only depends upon the chances of the possibility being more or being less. The next modal must is used to express obligation or strong assumption or duty. For example, now see the next sentence properly. You must wear the seat belt while driving. You can also say you ought to wear the seat belt while driving. You can also say you need to wear the seat belt while driving, or you have to wear the seat belt while driving. So all these are things that you're supposed to do. So we can use any of these words. They are duties or obligation also you can say. Then We must help the poor and needy. There is no law which says that you have to help, but again, it is a moral duty. Duty is something which is more on the moral side, or you ought to help the poor and needy. Again, this is a duty. Then, he must be the new student. You still don't know, but you are assuming, you're thinking, and you're sure that yes, maybe he is the new student. So, an assumption is something which is not yet confirmed. And the modal ought to is used to express advice or expectation. Like you ought to eat healthy food. That's an advice that you're giving. Okay, there's no rule for that, but you're giving a friendly suggestion, and we call that as an advice. They ought to have reached by now, that is an expectation. In simple words, if we say by this time they should have reached home, but we are using the word ought to. They ought to have reached by now, or he ought to say sorry for his mistake. You're saying this very politely, so it's an advice that you're giving. Or if you want to say it firmly, you can also say he must say sorry for his mistake. So these were some of the commonly used modals. Now let's do a very quick round of exercise based on these modals. So it's time now for you to take out your writing material or just look at the answers and then see how many you've got correct. So you've all seen the answers, and accordingly you know how many were right and how many were incorrect. So if they were incorrect, you know the mistake that you have made and see that you do not repeat them again. Now there is one more exercise for you to do in which you have to identify the errors and then rewrite the sentence. This you will do. Answers I will not be giving you just now. Answers will be there in the description box. So do this, solve it, and then check your answers. And if you have solved it, maybe you can just write yes in the comment section. And remember to keep practicing all the basics in grammar, because good English depends upon a strong foundation. A strong foundation is nothing but just the basics. We have so many previous videos on just brushing up the basics in grammar. Go through them once again because you keep on forgetting them, and then try and improve your English grammar. Till we meet again with another new topic, it's goodbye.